7 made me shit myself. Because at the time you were like, what the f...
I actually did a lot of Final Fantasy watching in my childhood. Like, I didn't play Final Fantasy VII until it was out on PC. But I went over to my buddy Chris's house, who had it, and I watched him play it for like every day for 3 weeks. And it was fantastic. It was as good as a movie, watching that game.
Well, 7's the reason I bought a PlayStation. Like, I saw those graphics, I played it at like a Target or something like that, and I was like, yep, thank you.
While the Final Fantasy series may have found mild success in its early years, it was Final Fantasy VII that brought it into the mainstream in North America. Originally planned as another 2D installment on a Nintendo cartridge-based system, Final Fantasy VII made the jump to disc, becoming the first 3D game in the series and also the first on a non-Nintendo system. Final Fantasy VII was a huge success both critically and commercially, and its influence on the video game industry can still be felt today.
I'm a Materia guy, probably because I played 7 first and because I played more of 7.
I like the Materia because it was a simple idea, but you could make it so simple complex.
Complex, yeah.
It was like, I'm gonna cast fire, but at the same time when I do fire, I'm gonna steal your HP, MP, try and steal your item, and I'm gonna make it stronger and do it 4 times.
I didn't really understand it the first time I played it through because they explained it in like a 10-minute long block of text and I was too bored to pay attention to it.
It had an aspect of gaming that I really like, whereas nothing's permanent. You could assign a materia to a weapon and then take it out later and use it somewhere else. And so like I felt like I wasn't making any mistakes playing the game.
You like buy Final Fantasy VII, you're like, wow, this is thick. It just come with like a really big booklet, and then you bust it out, you're like, holy shit, 3 discs.
When he fucking busted that out of the bag and it was like this thick and we opened it up, we were like, oh my god.
Well, when it came out, I was 487 pounds, so I had to rig up a system of pulleys to get the disc in.
I can't play Final Fantasy VII without farming a gold chocobo.
Where's the very good chocobo? Stop getting me the average ones, get out of my face!
And, you get and the black ones were good, I mean, because you had to go through the whole hierarchy and everything.
You get like very good, breed with very good or good, and then you get like a blue or green one, breed them together, and then you get a black one.
I'd spend so much time
a black one and a wonderful one. Breed
no wonder I don't
one.
gamble.
I never get into that stuff. I did the snowboard racing a shit ton though.
I love the snowboarding. I wanted them to make a game of just cloud snowboarding.
But I did that one time. I got 99 tissues and I brought Eris back to life. It was cool.
Why did nobody talk about the cross-dressing scene in Final Fantasy VII? Talk about androgynous. You have to buy a dress, get a wig, put on makeup, to sleep with a pimp.
Hey, I heard you were a fan of S&M, so I put S&M in your RPG so you can RPG while you S&M.
It was crazy cool looking, but you know, then 8 came out and just shattered all the illusions you had of like Popeye armed little pixelated spiky haired losers.
Final Fantasy VIII came 2 years later, launching in North America on the same day as the Dreamcast, September 9th, 1999. Instead of just rehashing the battle system, Final Fantasy VIII made some significant changes to the gameplay, including the Guardian Forces and Draw system, the likes of which have not been seen in another Final Fantasy game since.
Materia was cool, but that shit was too easy, man. Draw took some skill in 8.
Let me just junction Ultima to my, what is it, elemental defense.
Bring
it on.
It's
Bring
bullshit.
it on.
I hate it.
I rarely use items when playing that game. I'll use like a Phoenix Down or like an Ether or something like that. But like, for me to like use magic like that, and then say I used like 5 fire spells, all of a sudden my like weapon isn't as strong, and I don't have as many of that. And then you gotta fucking run around and try and like draw that stuff from them. Such a pain in the ass.
8, the opening FMV blew my mind, and some of 8's full motion video came on demo discs, and by that time I'd gotten a PlayStation and everything, and I cut school the day after it came out, which is the day the Dreamcast came out, to like buy the game, because I was like so in love, like with what the way the game looked.
8 comes out, and it just blows 7 out of the water, and I remember just watching the cutscenes and thinking, you know, this is the best video games are ever going to look.
8 was like, at the time, hyper real characters, and then, you know, 9 went back to that more fantasy style.
How do you go from playing as Squall and Cypher, these like realistic looking characters, they're like, you know, teenagers / 20 somethings, and then fucking 9 comes along and you're like 9 years old monkey boy.
Fans didn't have to wait long for the next game in the series. Final Fantasy IX launched in 2000. The last Final Fantasy to be released on the PS1, Final Fantasy IX had a different visual style than its predecessors. Some gamers were turned off by the cartoony, childish male protagonist, but critics loved the compelling narrative and gameplay, making this the highest rated of the PS1 trilogy of Final Fantasy games.
Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX both had card games, and the card game in Final Fantasy VIII, Triple Triad, I was pretty awesome at Triple Triad.
I thought the card games were pretty cool. That was like a fun little like side thing, because all of a sudden it was like, hey, I heard you like Pokemon.
Though I hated them because they were so fucking frustrating. It was so dumb, and I always lost. And you know, you would get those kick-ass like rare cards, and I'd throw it in and be like 7 to 8 to 3. However, that stupid game in 8 played, and I'd lose my shit.
I definitely like Triad more than Tetramaster.
Shut your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like either of them.